Hi, this is JJ from Once Somerville. Thanks so much for being here. It's great to see you. What you're about to enjoy is some special content created just for you by the Once family. We appreciate the time that the artists have given, and we've put a link to their tip jar in the comments below. We've also put a link there to our GoFundMe. This is one of the ways that we're going to get through this time until we can be open and together again. Art and community are our priorities here at Once. We really miss you, and we can't wait until we can all be back together. Until then, this is our way of holding our community close and continuing to make art. So, before you enjoy the show, a couple of notes. The bathrooms are in the back. On the left, no flash photography, and as always, no crowd surfing. Enjoy. We'll see you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from Once's virtual venue, I present to you No Small Children. Enjoy the show.
Most of them we've never shown before, including this first one. You know, as everybody on here, we've been, we've been quarantined to our homes and trying to make music best we can, even though we're separated out. So we put together this. We're trying to think of a song, like what song would be the best song to do, and just reaching towards music at this time. There was no better song for us at the moment. We did this rather than music. Thank you. So we all recorded our videos. We all did a few takes of our videos in our backyards with matching outfits, of course. And and then we all sent them over to Joanie, and Joanie put them all into Final Cut, I guess, Joanie, right? Or iMovie or something. And we just, she made the magic with it. And this is a song about gratitude. So we thought we'd start with this one. So take it away, Jamie.
much for this moment in time, for all the music and the fun. Cause the bigger the set, the bigger the step, the smaller the net. And I raise my fist in a fit, and I sweat for every single person in this room. Because we got a lot of love, it's time we give out some. I said we got the love, it's time we give out some. I said we got the love, it's time we give out some. I said we got the love, it's time we give out some. I said we got the love, it's time we give out some. I said everybody, everyone, just take a look at what we got. We got a lot of love, it's time we give out some. Thank you, my best friend, when I wanna pack it in. Thank God you extend your hand when I don't barely learn a talking. Music, thank you. 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 Music, thank you.
All right. All right. So, hi, everybody. How are you doing? Good to see everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joanie.
Hi there. So, so this next thing that we are going to do is actually a video that just recently came out. It was created by the amazing Nathan Byrne. Check him out, Nathan Byrne Music, on Facebook. He actually filmed this video while we were touring over the summer. We played a festival called Chet Fest. And Chet Fest was an amazing, good rockin' festival in a barn in Vermont with our dear friends, and it was incredible. And Nathan actually filmed this, and just recently, couple of weeks ago, sent us this and said, hey, I have this, would you like to feature it? And of course we said yes. And this song is a song about world peace. It's called F-U in any language. So, and it actually is, it's about basically something us doing collectively right now. We can do this together. I see you, Nicola, yes. She's waving her hand. I think she wants to say that.
Well, and also it featured in the video are lots of our Vermont friends and their little ones. We had the good fortune of playing many summers in a row in Vermont, and some of the youngest children in this video, I think, had seen us since they were babies. So they were
Yes.
rocking out in the front.
Yeah, and it was like one of the highlights of our tour that, over the summer. And we're really happy to capture it. Lisa, I think, wants to say something real quick too.
I do, because something happened when we were up at Chet Fest that I never heard an actual, like I've heard the phrase before, but I really understood the phrase because we weren't allowed to play. Like the guy Chet actually said to us, you can't play till the cows come home. And I had never heard that before. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
It's an actual dairy farm where they have cows. It's an organic dairy farm. And so we got to actually play on the farm with like the cows mooing next to us. It was amazing. It was so fun. So yeah, this video, we can go ahead and get it started. It's called F-U in Any Language. And again, thank you to the incredible Nathan Byrne for putting this video together for us.
All right, we got a song about world peace coming up right now. But it's kind of conflicting because the words are F-U in any language. So when we go F-U,
Tables, dances, screams, you done it.
Getting a steak from the local money. Say a dog, sucker, punch, sucker with China, yeah. Papa, ping, pong, pickle, king, party on the plaza. Hands up, shut up, no one like to water. Good sex, upset, I'm tired, you bet, jump high, know that I'm so with it. Big now, big, yeah, big money, good. Love you, if you in any language. 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 Good sex, upset, I'm tired, you bet, jump high, know that I'm so above it. Big mouth, big head, big money, good. If you in any language. 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 Let's break it down, come on. Clap your hands, everybody, come on. Let me hear it. If you in any language. 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 Don't get any language. Don't get any language. If you in any language. If you in any language. Help you. Help you. Help you. Help you. Help you. Help you. If you in any language. Yeah. Wow, this is wicked fun.
I never let a baby calf lick my fingers before.
Oh my gosh, that was such a good time. Makes me just cannot wait until I can get on a stage in front of a live audience again.
I know, I miss it so much.
It's also good to see so many people we know on here.
I know.
Hey to everybody.
Oh, so
Hi,
great.
Mom.
Yeah, our mom's here. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Ma. So if everyone at this point, if you make sure you're on gallery view, because just make sure on gallery view rather than speaker view, because what we did was we redid a song that hasn't been out yet at all. We called "It's All for Love" and we did it acoustically, and we wanted to play it, but it's not a video. It's hi Chester. Oh my God.
Oh, Chester!
Chester, I didn't know you were here. Betsy. Oh
my goodness.
And what was I saying? Yeah, so it's a acoustic version of "It's All for Love" that we put together since we were here. Nicola actually is playing the ukulele on this, which this is her debut recording on ukulele.
That's my quarantine project.
Yeah, your quarantine project. So yeah. Those guys, the same kind of thing, they just sent us those guys sent me the audio and we made sense of it. So this is called "It's All for Love." Just make sure you're on gallery view so we can, because we're gonna hold stuff up, or if you want to hold up pictures with something on it, not that, but
we're gonna do stuff like this.
I'm probably gonna make fun of Joanie on mine. So
she loves to do that. So whatever.
So all right, Jamie, I think we're ready. It's all for love, y'all.
It's a stretch, yeah, it's hard holding on to a future. Is it useless? Can we get through this? Screaming from the belly, yeah, it's hard. Something's wrong when we're fighting for polluted. Yeah, it's stupid. Our story's cool but convoluted. Sky never die, butterflies open eyes, persevere. What you hear, what you see, you believe. Love appears. Come on, kids, the school year is almost over. Yeah, it's all for love. Yeah, it's all for love. Yeah, it's all for love. And for goodness sake, yeah, it's all for love. Yeah, it's all for love. Yeah, it's all for love. And for goodness sake, it's a test to the stars, holding on to a future. Yeah, it's brutal, but we haven't been totally truthful. Yeah, it's the best cause we're stars holding on to a beauty. It's a doozy, I kinda call it duty. To the sky, never die, butterflies open eyes, persevere. What you hear, what you see, you believe. Love appears. Come on, kids, the school year is almost over. Yeah, it's all for love. Yeah, it's all for love. Yeah, it's all for love. And for goodness sake, it's all for love. Yeah, it's all for love. Yeah, it's all for love. And for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Oh, whew.
Yes.
A couple people asked. Oh, let me unmute myself. A couple people asked if that'll be available. We'll definitely put that on Spotify for sure. It's just like an alternate mix of it. As soon as this is over, we wanted this to be the first time though that we played it for people. So
you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. Whoop.
The remix. This is kind of awesome.
Yeah, we're going to show one more video before we cut to answering a bunch of questions. And what happened was we actually were setting up to do live feeds. We spent all this time getting the sound engineered in our studio at Joanie's and the visuals all set. And then the next day, California was on the stay at home. So we thought, well, what should we do? And we had actually banked a bunch of covers. As you do in LA, because you just throw it out there. And we had some we hadn't released before. And so we decided to reach out to people on social media and ask them, how are you doing? You know, we're so grateful for everybody who has to leave their home and everybody who's working right now, and for everybody else who's staying at home and respecting that. How are you staying healthy and sane? And people just sent us so many pictures. We actually had, we have enough for 3 videos. But this first video, some of you might see yourself in there from your pictures that you sent in. And it's, we thought the message was nice, accentuate the positive. And it's just about, you know, just trying to keep it together during all this. And we're all there for each other right now and seeing how we're keeping keeping it safe and sane for each other. So that's the last video. And some of you might be in there.
Yeah. I love that. That's so great. I love seeing all of your faces in our videos. That's actually, you know, a good look for me is when it's your face.
Thank you for inviting us. That was really
Oh my.
Seriously, a lot of dogs, a lot of alcohol.
and a splash of kids here and there.
And we definitely have a few. We have one more video that we're making right now. There's still a handful, a lot actually. So stay tuned.
Yes.
So hey everyone, some of you I know, I'm Gail. I'm very thankful that I was asked to host this discussion because not only am I super fan, super friend, I just can't say enough about these gals and their music and how it's brought so many of us together and how many good times a lot of you on the screen that I see have had with you gals here and on the West Coast. So it's an honor to be doing this. I want to quickly point out that Once is doing these virtual venue shows, which are so cool. And they have a GoFundMe page at oncesomerville.com, or you can go to their Facebook page, Once Somerville, and you can make a donation if you would like. So with that being said, if you have any questions, I might have time to get to them, and you can send them in the chat. I might just talk too much and you won't have any time for any questions. Let's go. So I know most of you, I'm guessing most of you on here know the history of the band Gals, but in case people don't, can you just give a brief history of how you all got together and became No Small Children?
Nicola.
Go ahead, Nicola.
So Lisa and I started working together many years ago, and she was playing music, and then I was playing music, and one day we were covering recess duty together on the playground, and we were craving that time away from kids. As much as we love teaching, we just needed some other space and a release. So we decided to go in the studio and just play, and 3 months later we were on tour back east playing Tweed, and then wrangled Joanie to moving to the West Coast and join us. And then from there we took off. And that's how it started, on the playground.
Yep. Seriously, like dodging balls on,
Yep.
like literally, like it's exactly what you think it is, recess duty.
Yeah.
And then we're like seriously dodging balls and like, we got to do something, Nicola. We really do.
Recess duty is a little like standing in the middle of a beehive. You don't actually get stung, thankfully. Just once in a while. One of these days, I'm just going to get pegged in the face with a ball. I'm pretty sure the odds are not in my favor anymore. I've managed to avoid it, but that's all right. I'll take one for the team. You know what I'm saying?
I'd like to correct you, Joanie. Sometimes you do get stung. So,
You do.
okay. Just hasn't happened yet.
Oh,
It's just a mom. No pressure, mom. So, so yeah, I want to just also thank Once for doing this for me. Nicola says our mother, she's our mother's favorite. Sure. Okay. For those of you who are on here, I mean, I don't have to tell everybody how tough this is for everybody. Every single person on here is feeling this. There's no doubt about it. But the club, if you have something to give, throw it towards the club. I know it's a good cause, everybody. It's worth it.
thank you. Okay, I want to move on to, well, there's so much, but before I get to the videos that we saw and the song we heard, I was wondering how the parents of the kids you teach and the kids themselves over the years have reacted to you being teacher by day and punk rock star by night.
Hey, Gail, could you direct your question towards one of us and then we'll just all like bounce off that one person?
I have to think of who my favorite is. Forget about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to direct this one to Nicola.
Okay. Well, at first we kept it on the down low. I mean, there's nothing that we do that we would really be embarrassed or upset if children see it. It's just sort of how we are. But we kept it was just for ourselves. And then the kids started showing up to school in our band t-shirts. and their parents, it turned out they were playing our music on the way to school. And when we randomly play a song for them now, they actually know all the lyrics. And so now we do something different. So now we bring them into the creative process, just like we do with the writer's workshop, where the kids write a draft and then we workshop it. When we record something and it's not yet done, we'll play it for them and ask them for their feedback, just to bring them in and just show them it's okay to be vulnerable and all that. But the problem is we can't really play our music too much for them because the little ones go a little berserk and they start jumping on the table and gyrating, and it gets super uncomfortable. So we don't play our music too much for them, but they love it. They love
One
it.
of the ones that you just heard, the FU in any language, we generally don't play that one at school. So, we try to keep the songs with cuss words out, but for the most part, it's just the school community where we are is just tremendous. They are very, very supportive of us. And, we keep our lives fairly compartmentalized there, but there's a lot of crossover, as it turns out. being a teacher has helped me be a better musician and performer, and being a performer has helped me be a better teacher. So it's like, they're totally parallel, and the kids are awesome. They don't think we're as cool, or I am. They don't think I'm as cool as I think I am. So, but that's all right. Girl can dream, you know?
Yeah. Lisa, do you have anything you'd like to add to that about the kids you're working with? Any comments you've ever gotten from them or their parents?
You know, it's funny, like I teach older kids, so more we're always talking about, you know, the process of how we do this more than the actual band itself. You know, like how we record and how we write music and the details of it, and that, because I can fold that into my work with the kids. So because Nicola and Joanie teach a lot of the younger kids, and I teach the older kids, so it definitely adds to the it just, for me, it just feels like I'm working with another artist, you know, a lot of the time, and I could just fold what I do into it, and but also like listen to what they're saying, because they're so young and they're listening to different music than me. So it's kind of collaboratively works for me, you know. But we don't usually talk about, I mean, when they see our videos and when they see us, they know, but we don't usually talk about it. I think they're shy about talking about it. So
it's a little like when you see your teacher in the grocery store. It's kind of weird for them. You know, it's like, they're like, wait a minute, you're supposed to live at school. You don't have any life outside of this building. You know, it's.
By the way, I attached a picture of, I'm doing these, all our lessons are virtual, and I took one of our students, I'm like, wait, do you have a No Small Children shirt on right now? So I took a picture of her from the neck down. It's in the shot. So
all the children are in our homes right now.
Yeah, definitely.
We're getting to really know our lives outside of school.
That's right. Yeah, I used to be a teacher, and I found the same thing. Sometimes I would run into the kids at the store in my town, and actually they thought I was kind of a rock star. Like, there she is, there she is. And so you guys are rock stars, but anyway, I guess I am too. And I was to them at that time.
You're so a rock star, Gail, seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. So I want to ask about the first video. Joanie, you pieced that together?
Yep.
How did that looks like so much work. How did it go?
It was a tremendous amount of work, and all of my bandmates should pat me right on the back. No, it was, you know, honestly, for me right now, it is really good for me to have work and have things that I need to do, especially that are creative. And, you know, most of the week is a lot, you know, teaching is a lot right now because it requires more time than it does when I was in the classroom. But, you know, we shot footage, and we've gotten pretty good at figuring out how to make this all work. You know, we collaborate a lot, we text a lot, we throw stuff in shared folders, and it's a lot of work, but it's good work, you know. It's like when you build something, and when it's done, you can, oh yeah, look, I just built that coffee table. There it is, I have it, you know. And it's kind of the same way. The work just seems to happen, and the time vaporizes. But it was really fun because we haven't done anything like that before. We've always had footage that was together. So just kind of making sure we all had shots that were the same light and exposure, and you know,
I had to redo mine. I had to redo my footage.
And it was
I did it on a cloudy day. So then the second take of it, like where I live in Woodland Hills, California, I'm not kidding you guys, it was about 100 degrees. So when you see me in that jumpsuit, it was 100 degrees.
Yeah. And by the end,
and it was not comfortable. But I did it because that's what we do.
Right. And at the end, it was so funny. I could tell which clips that she had, like, that were towards the end of her thing, because she was like,
yeah.
She's gonna have a heat stroke. But, you know, like, but it was actually really fun. And honestly, I have a studio next to my house where we practice, and it's actually been really hard for me to be in that studio without Lisa and Nicola. There's every reason in the world for me to be in there and be creative, but I've just brought my instruments in the house because it's hard to be there. And so, like, when I get to do stuff like this, when we make videos and when we do this and when we appear on Zoom, it is a substitute for that longing, you know. So it was fun. It was work, but it was fun. That's the short answer. Sorry.
No, it's really cool. And you know, a lot of people have been doing videos, but yours was extra cool because it was so well edited. And not to mention the
Ooh.
yeah.
Giving me the papers. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now I want to ask you about your teaching right now online. So the amount of work, I'm sure, it sounds like from teachers that I know right now. Some people think it might be less work, but it seems to me that it's more work for everybody because this isn't what anyone is used to. So I'll start with you, Lisa. How is it teaching online right now?
It's pretty challenging. I think it depends, like at our school, I think it depends on what you're teaching too, how people feel. Like perspectives really matter. And for me as a music teacher, I'm finding it extremely challenging. Like for every hour that of lesson there is, it's, you know, 2 to 3 hours of preparing for the lesson and then wondering who's engaged. It's really hard to engage, but at the same time, it's like certain kids are just rising up, and I'm seeing this incredible thing with other kids. You know, it's just like it's almost like the landscape and the dynamic has changed to who works better in this virtual learning. And as far as like the problem for me is in the beginning, like, oh yeah, I'll just do the same lessons virtually, no big deal, you know. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. So at our school we have some Zoom lessons and some where we just leave the slide for them to do on their own. And it's like I'm finding that what they need from me is to connect to their natural world. That's what I need to do. So I'm making the lessons less about like reading music and all of that to more like, okay, go outside and listen to your environment. And, you know, and then talking like, what are the frequencies? Are they to the right? Are they to the left? And think of it like that. And then have it relate to like a garage band session that I share or something like that, rather than trying to actually teach the music. And then of course we're trying to do virtual choirs and virtual, like we have a virtual orchestra that we're doing, but it's really hard for kids to send in their tracks soloed because they've never done it before. I was like, oh, no problem. They just send it in. It's like, it's hard for them to play along to a track or for those music people out there to a click or something. So anyway, it's been challenging, but I feel like for me, and I think it's going to be a different answer from everybody. Like Nicola probably has a very different experience, is that it's been really challenging, but I feel like I'm getting a groove and I'm seeing what engages the kids more and more every day. And I think this is going to impact the future for us as far as how we teach and tools that we have. So, but I think Nicola should probably answer that question too, for sure.
I'd like you all to answer. Nicola.
Sure. So I'm a homeroom teacher. I teach 4th grade, reading, writing, math, social studies, all of that. And so the first week was super intense because you're also tech expert to tech that you're just learning in real time yourself. And figuring out how much live time to be on and how much support to give at the same time, and how to really connect with each child individually as well. And so now that we are 6 weeks in, I would say there's like a really beautiful rhythm to it, but it's meeting in groups of 44, 22, 11, 5, and 1 continuously throughout the week, and being accessible for many, many hours a day, and also having lessons many hours a day. As Lisa said, it's rewriting curriculum. You say you're a therapist, a tech expert, a curriculum expert, all of those different things together. But mostly, you know, like it's really important to infuse fun in all of this, because the kids, I mean, in 6 weeks have turned in no less than, God, it's like almost 180 discrete pieces of lessons now back to me. So they're working super hard, which the parents are grateful for, because they need the kids to work because they're working from home if they're lucky. If they're not lucky and not working, they're very stressed. So they need that too. But more than that, it's really important to have fun. So today we had an 80s dress up dance party and spent 20 minutes dancing together. So, you know, all kinds of things. Every day we do that. We're, you know, making puppets and doing puppetry, and they're writing scripts, and they'll perform it live for their first grade buddies next week. I mean, just along with all of the, like, the skill work, it's really important to have joy right now and feel connected to one another.
Yeah, that sounds really, really fun. And I would imagine for some kids, like you were saying, to perform in front of a live audience would be really, for some kids, I know, really scary, but to be able to perform, basically it's one-on-one in a way. It seems like a lot of kids would really come out of their shells for that and prefer, I would imagine, to perform that way.
The kids were dancing like crazy today. It was great.
I will say that just to kind of piggyback on what Lisa said, that especially because I teach music for younger kids, that, you know, they're just starting to develop those social shyness and things like that. So I am seeing kids in an entirely new environment. For some that have a difficult time when there's a lot of stimulus around, when they are at home, they are literally in the most comfortable place in their life. So, and they don't have an audience. So I'm seeing kids really blossom and do extraordinary things from home. But at the same time, I would say across the board that this is really tough on the kids. As hard as it is on us as teachers, it is really tough for them. You know, the older kids, their whole life is their friends, their entire life. So to be separated from their friends, it's like their universe is collapsing. And for little kids, that so much happens developmentally just from them being around each other. And in the beginning of all this, I said, you know, there are so many variables to deal with. There is for us, you know, we're providing a lot to our students, but there's other communities where the teachers aren't teaching as much because they are limited by the laws within that state. They actually, certain amount they can't teach. But so we have, at the very beginning, I said, you know, all the academics, we can make up for that. Any losses that happen during this time, we can figure out collectively how to make up for those losses. The top priority has to be taking care of their hearts first. And for every kid, that means something different. So for the kid who's really, really anxious and worried that they're falling behind because they're out of school, we provide them with as much content and attention as we can. And for the kid who's stressed out by the idea of having to do all this on their own without the structure of a brick and mortar, they have to be able to do less. It just has to be okay. And above all, anything else, I'm seeing the value of making that investment of connecting with them on a personal level. Sending them a little voice message. Like when a kindergartner hears your voice and says, "Oh, that was such a good job you did on that such and such," you know, it's easy to just dismiss that. It takes 5 seconds to do it, but it can be the thing that makes that kid's day. And so like I spend a lot of time looking at little videos of like, look at what I can do, you know, and them saying little messages, but just interacting. Oh, you know, what are you eating for breakfast? All that type of stuff has nothing to do with music, but it's all about relationships, all of it, all about relationships. And so everything I'm doing now is just to try to maintain and strengthen that connection and that relationship, and everything else will recover.
I'll tell you what, though, the kids have been kind of inspiring because
Really?
I think as adults we're, you know, we get wrapped up in the news and, you know, and we're all, I mean, I don't know about you all, but I'm kind of scared, you know, and then you get with the kids and they're inspiring and they're hopeful and they're resilient. And I feel like it's a blessing to be able to be with them, to be honest. So.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
All the kids who wanted more screen time and more video time are like realizing that's not what they need. What they want are their family and friends. Right. And that there's a lesson in there for them.
Yeah.
And also I'd like to recognize our sister Susan's here.
Yes.
Susan Andrian's our sister. She lives in Oakland, California. So sorry.
Hey, everybody.
For everything that we are doing.
And she's turning 50 next week. Oh.
Oh no, I'm open about it. Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I'm going to be 50. I'm going to have a quarantine birthday party.
Like for everything we're doing as teachers, no joke, like Susan is actually, she is changing lives every single day with the kids that she works with. It's really incredible, the work that she does. I got nothing on you, Toots.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
I want to move on to the listening little party we had, which was super fun. That was really cool. And I just wanted to know if you're planning at some point a video for that, or what. I'd just like to hear a little bit more about that song. I'm gonna go with Nicola.
Yeah, we were hoping to get that ready for today, but our workload for teaching just is crushing us at the moment. I mean,
Well, you got to tell, we tried to make a video and then we hated how it looked.
yeah.
So we're like, no, sorry, we can't. We got to start over.
We can't do anything worth it. But we'll release it. We'll do a video for it, and we actually have, what we're really excited about is we have new songs that are in the studio right now that are just perfect for right now. And so we hope to be releasing that soon, within a month or so. Lisa, is that reasonable?
I think that's reasonable. Yeah, I'm going to, in between virtual lessons, I'm going to get on that.
And,
And if you need like listeners before you release them, just in case, I think you have a good, we'll have a little mailing list for you here right now.
There's nothing like this to get someone motivated to get your shit together, you know?
Yeah.
So.
I can almost promise you the minute we get off of this, Nicola and Lisa are going to be like, okay, this is what we have to do.
Yeah, we're going to have a band meeting after this.
No, but once we're allowed to be in the room together, I mean, we're hoping within a month or so, you know, that it's safe to gather in small groups of people you can trust and all the rest. Then we actually will start doing regular live feed shows, because we're actually all set up to do it. We've got it all worked out and ready.
It looks so good and sounds so good, you guys. I can't even believe it.
Yeah.
Well, we're very, obviously, all of us, very excited for that. And I love the last video, and I know you have a couple more of those where people sent you in what they're doing quarantining. It was, I loved all the dogs especially, but that was a really cool idea. And I don't know if you want to comment on that, but I love the song and I love the idea, and I love that you're going to keep going with more because you've gotten so much great response. Lisa.
I mean, the idea came from, I mean, just thinking about the people in your life, you know, and thinking about, what the whole, like, one of the reasons that we have this band. I mean, of course we love to make music, but a really important part of our mission is to include everyone that we know and bring people in and people and create a feeling. That's one of the goals that we have. And so this is just another idea that was just along, you know, when you think about it, like all of us in this room know another 100 other people that are going through the same exact thing we're going through, but with their own situation. And people have different situations, and some people have it really hard right now. And some people have it, like, I feel like I have it easy. Like I have a job for one, and I have a family, and I have my music and my band. But just to like include more voices into a video to make it feel like we're connecting to a larger world. I mean, that was the whole point of it. And accentuate the part of it. We had recorded that song a long time ago for a film. I mean, a lot of times, like in film, we live in Hollywood, so like there's all these films looking for music all the time, and so we have in the can, as they say, a whole bunch of songs that we just never have put out and just waiting, and that just seemed like the perfect song to put a montage to. So we just put it out there, and like so many people sent their pictures, and it was awesome. So that's basically that story.
That must have been really fun to see everybody's pictures.
It was so fun, and they came in different ways, and just to put them all and then try to organize them. But yeah, it's amazing, you know, and it's fun to share too. So
it was really fun to see.
Oh, my mom has something to add here.
Sandra.
Sandra Pimentel.
I wondered why you cut out my picture of the toilet paper and I.
You're in the next video, Mother.
Oh, okay. I won't take it personally this time.
All right, Ma. I'm muting you now.
I'm actually gonna really miss that feature when we go back to teaching.
Oh my!
Definitely comes in handy.
That's funny.
One of my favorite parts of the day is when a student realizes they can't unmute themselves. Like, but it's not working.
I have a question that I received in the chat, which is, what music are you all listening to these days? Joanie, I'll start with you.
Honestly, I'm listening to a lot of music, and it really, I get to ask that question a lot. What's like your favorite song? What's your favorite band or whatever? And I don't really have a favorite style or band or whatever. I just love songs, like really good, well-written songs, and that can span everything from classical to punk rock. And I listen to, in the mornings, I almost always listen to classical music in the morning. It's just kind of, I don't know why. And then in the afternoons, it's whatever I'm feeling. Like today, I just was listening to Foo Fighters as loud as I could, which was really fun. That song, There Goes My Hero song, just reminded me, I had a video playing in my head of all the doctors and nurses and healthcare workers going into the, I want to make a montage video out of that, so, but I listened to a lot of soul music, old soul music, and also listened to Frank Sinatra a bunch yesterday. I mean, this is, again, a very long answer. I'm a bit verbose, I apologize, but I listen to literally everything. I like songs, which means I would say the SRI, but if I say the name, it'll jump on right now. So, but I'll ask her and she'll play a different genre every 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds good. I think that's kind of, well, I'll ask you to also, but it seems like that is sort of universal, that people are sort of just in the moment. I know that my SIRI is downstairs, so I can say it, but I know that I ask Alexa to just play just individual songs in a row, not play in a band, just play this by this. So
yeah, and loud. Just I'm really liking music played very loudly right now.
Me too. I don't know, my daughter's on here, but I think it's okay, right, Ray? Yes. That's good. Lisa, are you listening to anything in particular?
I'm right now. I just finished the Miles Davis autobiography, and so I've been just on this Miles Davis kick, like Birth of the Cool and Milestones and Miles Ahead, and just doing a lot of, it's funny. My family, my husband and my son, we have every night we sit down for dinner, which is a new thing, and he's an adult son, and we all pick something every night to listen to. So, but Miles has been just sort of where I am right now. It makes me feel calm, especially the modal stuff, and then one night we listened to theme songs. Like if you put in theme songs on Spotify, and then we play, do you know what show this is from? We play games, so we did that. And then I'm listening to a lot of little tiny audio clips from third and fourth graders playing the violin. So I'm listening to a lot of that and trying to make sense of it all. And other than that, that's kind of where I'm at. So
that's funny, Liz.
People, are you into anything different than you?
I think we're all finding different things that bring us comfort right now. So I grew up in Seattle, so I keep on finding myself going to the indie radio station in Seattle, KPXK, and putting it on because it's still such a great playlist. And I hear music I love and new music that way. And I just find something so comforting about reconnecting to where I grew up. So that's what I'm doing right now.
It's nice.
Can I just say one thing, Gail? I see quite a few people from Randolph, like students that I had. Dave Schoening is here and Ben White. And I don't know if anyone else from Randolph is here. But it's just so cool, to have, I don't even know how old they are now, but when I taught at Randolph, there's some people here from Randolph, and I just want to say that I'll never forget Randolph. Boop, ever, ever, ever. Okay.
It's really wonderful. Yeah, it's great. We're seeing friends from the East Coast, too many to say hi, and friends from the West Coast who we see on such a regular basis at shows. and it's really crazy not to see them. So it's just so good to see all of your faces.
Yeah.
It is.
It's good for us too to just see all the people who are in your life, even though we don't necessarily know how they're connected to you. It's just cool to see all these faces of people who love you, and that's really nice too. I wanted to just also ask about Chet Fest. I know us on this thread, on this thing, you at Tweed, which was sort of a precursor to Chet Fest. And someone was commenting that, are you going to be playing it this summer? And I just didn't know if it was, I mean, everything's up in the air. So is it in the plan if things are better?
Yeah, August be the date that we decided before it all happened. And so both there, lives in Vermont and he's local. So we were playing with him, another Hingham friend of Lisa and Joanie's. But we don't know anything right now. I mean, the thing is, we want to be responsible and safe. And that's the priority for us right now. And,
So I know Nicola so well that I'm going to translate for her because she's very glitchy.
Yeah, Nicola, you're glitchy.
Frozen. So just we had planned on playing Chet Fest, and a date was decided on, but obviously it's impossible for us to say for sure what our summer plans are. Chet is actually on here.
Chester or Morgan, like they're all here.
Yeah.
Chester, Morgan, and Betsy are all like, maybe they can answer that.
Right. So
Morgan, what do you say, Morgan?
Oh, there's Chester.
Chester, get back here. Speak for yourself, Chester. Unmute.
Idol, otherwise known as Chester.
Am I here?
Yes. So Gail, he asked a question about Chet Fest, and said obviously we had already made the decision to play prior to us being on essentially all quarantined, but we have to play it by ear and do what's safest. And so
what was, I think he probably heard the question.
Well, I didn't exactly hear it. What are you wondering? What I think about it, or because repeat the question, please, because I was in the other room.
Because that video was live from Chet Fest, I was asking, no one knows what's going to happen even tomorrow, but I didn't know if Chet Fest was something that was going to happen again this summer, and if everything goes well, if they were going to be playing it again.
Oh, well, we have it scheduled for August 15th. No, I can't even remember now. It was scheduled, but I'm like, one day I'm like, there's no way.
Chet's already asked me to make Chet Fest masks. We're already like we're talking about it.
Nice, Morg.
So, if somehow, some way it could happen, it wouldn't take much to be able to pull the trigger, I don't think. It's hard to imagine in what capacity and and who will be able or want to participate.
Yeah.
It's like it's been what 8 weeks roughly, and it's everybody knows it's such a roller coaster to this point. So that's like what, May, June, July, that's 12 weeks from now. It's like
I think it's hard to like predict anything. Like we didn't even know what we're doing in the fall for school. So
Right. I'd say the desire and the will is there. We'll see if nature cooperates.
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Can I be heard now? Am I glitchy still?
Nope, you're good now.
You're good now.
We're very much of the mindset where we're healthy and we don't want to make anyone else sick.
Yeah.
And whatever it takes to protect everyone else.
Yeah. I think that's very well said, and I think not said often enough lately in the country. So I like how you said that. So we have time for one more question. If you want to put it on the chat, or if you want to raise your hand, I think we can unmute.
Yes, physical hand.
Whoever raises their hand first. Brookie.
Brooke. Hi, Brooke.
Brooke.
Go ahead, Brooke.
All right, the burning question is, how are you all going to simulate a bathroom video on Zoom not all in the same place? That's maybe for your next live thing, but really, like, how are you going to simulate these sorts of compact experiences?
Well, Gail, I think you might have to explain what she's referring to.
What we do is, Brooke, that was an excellent question. I have some ideas now in my head, but actually Nancy, who's sitting there, and a couple of us started doing bathroom videos at a club called Atwood's in
which doesn't sound very good, but it is.
No,
it's not gross or weird. I promise, it's not gross or weird.
We would go in the bathroom, which has great acoustics, and we would look in the mirror with our cell phones and record ourselves singing various songs. And each time at each different club, our circle of people who wanted to fit in the bathroom with us would get bigger. And then I think it was Washington, D.C. I might have been the first bathroom video we did with you gals. And then we've done a couple at my house when they've come to play at my house concert series. We've done some bathroom videos with them. And so I think it would be very, very easy to do with this in this forum. So
we'll have, and maybe if we come back, we'll have a bathroom video ready for to show everyone.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So
if there's
some of us, we'll have to put our cuts in there with you.
Right. Collectively, I will just have to let our creative wheels start turning and figuring it out.
I tell you that Beer Bow Polka, there's never been a better.
It's true. If there were ever a bathroom song, that would be it.
I think that we may have to repost that on our Facebook, so
yes.
that people are part
of that's
this.
what we'll do.
Because we don't want people to feel, right, who are here with us right now, not to feel part of this story. So we'll post it. So
you'll know the backstory now.
And then you'll have to join us in the bathroom. We'll figure out a way for the guys to join us in the bathroom.
And the Beer Bower Polka, by the way, I'd just like to point out a story. Lisa actually did it for karaoke once and brought the house down.
That's right. See, yep. I have a lane. Everyone.
Good. And a couple of us on here are going to be texting you when this ends. Like, when are we doing it? How are we doing it? So just like you might want to turn your phones off.
No. My phone's going to blow up from these two anyway. It's all right.
So we have to end this love gathering. I want to first, I want to thank Once for doing these, because I think it's really, really important to keep the clubs in business as much as we can, because they care about music so much, and they have a lot of essential bills they still need to be paying.
And their employees too. A lot of this money is going to their emergency for their employees.
Yes. Yeah. And then, of course, No Small Children, gals, that was so much fun. I loved every minute of it. And I loved that I was the one who didn't have to mute myself at all. So, that's a nice drawing. Anyway, thank you.
Gail, we know a lot of the people here personally, and we know that a lot of people's lives have been greatly impacted, their professional lives, their lives with their families, and we really hope you're doing okay, everybody. We really wish you well.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
So anyway, thank you all for coming, and it was nice meeting all of you, and see you again soon.
Thank you, everybody.
Crystal, John, thank you so much.
Nice to see you all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Love you.
Thank you, JJ. Thank you, JJ.
Love you. Love you.
Debbie Esposito's driving while she's zooming.
Don't be wrapping me up, guys. You think I'm gonna fucking miss this shit? No.
Don't crash.
I miss everything. I'm not.
Hi, Milo.
Listen, don't tell the locals. Fucking rat. I love you,
Debbie.
Hi, Nance.
Hi, Debbie. I love you. Mwah.
I love you. I love you.
My tent mate.
I love you, cuz. I love you, Nicola.
Deb and Nancy were
Love you,
like,
cousin. Love you, cousin. Careful. Keep your eyes on the road, for God's sake.
I'm not a fucking red light. Can you see the red on my face? Stop flashing. I love you.
Is it snowing yet?
No, not yet.
Bite your tongue.
Tomorrow. Oh.
Happy
Sorry.
Mother's Day, Mrs.
Happy
Pimentel.
Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you so
everyone.
much.
Bye.
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 Bye.